In today's video, I'm going to be replacing the old door that came with the van, which was slowly rotting away, with a new door of my own design. So the old one is a tiny groove. I don't want to go that way. Instead, I'm just going to cut bevels, and that way it's very simple, easy to replace a part if it breaks. And because it won't be the door leading into the house, it's okay if it has airflow and lets moisture through, because it won't actually be a part of the moisture barrier. Today is the second day working on the door. The first day I was able to cut all of the pieces for the new door and put a bevel on all the edges. There's a 15-degree bevel so that any rain or water that does get in there has a way to get off of the end grain. And that took me a while. Today I took down the door itself so I could get access to the hardware, and then I routed grooves for all of the hinges into the boards, and then I sanded it all down. Now my sander was messing up the boards, and I'm not going to go out and buy a new one, so that was all hand sanding, and it did take a while. Now I have to deal with a bunch of the rusty hardware to try and salvage as much of it as I can so I don't have to buy new ones. So because the hinges were a mismatch of different colors and they were really ugly, you'll be able to see them from inside of the house. I've just spray painted them a gold color, and now I'm drilling out the holes for the mounting hardware. Believe it or not, this little package here is what's going to keep that door from rotting away in the rain. It's a product called Lifetime Wood Treatment, which is a product made here in BC. It's all natural, and it's basically just a wood treatment. It's used in national parks and stuff to preserve signs and picnic tables and that sort of thing. And you can stain right over top of it as well as paint. So this is going to help keep my door from becoming the old one. So as you can see, I've filled in a lot of the cracks and knots with wood filler. That's dried, and it's now time to prime the outside of the door. This is the bottom board with all of the hardware painted and reattached. These on the side here, this bracket and this hinge, have wheels which stick out the side and help roll. I've placed a rubber bit of insulation down here at the bottom to prevent too much shock going to the board. And this is just a piece of metal that I've actually plasta-dipped because it was too far gone to really paint. And this is just adding structure to clips which clip onto the back here. And I'll show you that from the outside as well. This is the handle, which if I go underneath the table here, you can see there's a handle there. And these are the little clips that I was talking about. And then these two here are just loose because they are for a bit of webbing, which comes down to help you pull down the door. And then it's just mirrored on the other side. So I am a bit of an idiot and I made a mistake. I forgot to trim down the boards. The bottom two boards have been slid into place. It's actually a pretty simple process, but the bottom board was very difficult to get maneuvered into position, partly because you have to deal with 4 wheels on that board instead of 2 and for the others, and also because these cables need to be connected to the bottom, which are on a heavy-duty spring. This is how that spring is actually being held in place right now.